guys, welcome to ANX Quickcast, a 10-minute recap of the latest gaming updates, anime news, and TV series. I'm Unbiased Ann, I'm here with Genesis.
What up?
On today's episode, we're talking about Loki Season 2, Episode 6, Glorious Purpose. Before we get started, we got any new?
Same news every day. Next goal, sub goal, 2,000. Trying to get our 2,000th subscribers so we can do another giveaway. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you're watching this. Tell a friend. Also, since this is the last episode of Loki that we are reviewing, let us know in the comment section. How did you like Season 2?
Yeah.
Especially compared to Season 1. Let us know.
Especially on this episode. I mean, just being the last. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you ready to get into it?
Yes.
We're gonna try to keep this 10 minutes, but I don't know if we can do that.
There's a lot going on.
It's a lot going on. So first thing I'll say is this was what's the word? Let's see what word I want to use. Excellent. This was an excellent episode. This is one of the best Disney Plus MCU episodes that I've ever seen.
Yep.
Right. And it's better than most of the DC movies. Just saying. Just throwing it out there. Just throwing it out there. This hour-long episode is better than most of the DC movies.
Yep.
So it started off a little crazy. I'm not sure how I feel about the fact that he literally spent hundreds of years trying to fix this problem. And so in the last episode, I kind of predicted that.
You did.
Actually, both things that he tried to do, I predicted.
Mm-hmm.
That one, you're going to have to go back to that particular time where they sent Timely out to use that gadget, whatever it was called, and come up with a better solution to make sure that works.
Yep. So
that was the bulk of the first, 25% of the episode, them trying to get that piece to work. Hundreds of years later, because basically to speed up that process, he spent hundreds of years learning from Obi and Timely how all of this stuff works.
Yep.
So therefore, he didn't have to depend on Timely and Obi figuring it out and putting it together. He just showed up, put it together himself, and was like, "Let's go." Mm-hmm. Right. So that was that piece. Once he finally figured out that didn't work or wasn't going to work, then became the next solution that I predicted, which is he have to kill Sylvie.
Yep, he'd have to go back to that moment. Yep.
And give her the boot. But that didn't work either.
Well, he couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I mean, he physically probably could have, but he wouldn't.
Yeah. So either way it goes, it didn't work.
Yeah.
Like that was not a solution.
Yep.
That he was willing to go with. So, but I want to stay on this back and forth that he kept going back and forth 100 years. So I just randomly saw a movie the other day where this same thing was happening. Right.
Yeah.
I don't watch Tom Cruise movies. Generally speaking, it came on TV and I just didn't change the channel. I was doing something else. But the movie is called Edge of Tomorrow. And this is basically the same concept of what happened in the beginning of this movie. He got the ability to control time, and every time he died, he would just kept going back to this certain place in time. And then when he got there, again, he tried to convince everybody, hey, I know what's going on here, blah, 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 blah. Pretty much the same thing. Instead of learning how to build this gadget like Loki did, he learned how to fight in this big mech armor suit and knew how this battle was going to take place. So every time he went further and further in the battle.
Okay.
So, but, and the same thing here, there was a situation where either he wins and the girl dies, or he doesn't win and the girl lives.
Yep.
So it was the same thing. But since I don't like Tom Cruise, we're going to forget all that. And we're going to talk about Steins Gate.
Okay.
Which came out before both of these.
Yeah.
So Steins Gate anime, if you have not seen it, it's dope. So go out and check it out. I think we might have done a review on it a long time ago when we had audio only podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Same concept. They started messing with time. And then at the end of the day, they try to put everything back together by going back and undoing everything that they did. But once he started going a little crazy because no matter what he did, the girl that he liked kept dying.
This is like the Flash. Remember at the end when he kept trying to redo it and redo it and redo it, and it was just like, argh.
Yeah. So same concept here.
Yep.
Okay. So anyway, I just wanted to touch on that real quick. So how do you feel about the final resolution? What happened at the end?
Well, I want to talk about that because
Okay.
I need to make sure I understand what happened there. It seemed like Loki, if I understood what happened correctly, it's almost like, did he himself replace the temporal loom? Like, I'm going to sit out here and make sure that everybody's
Pretty much.
okay and
I
alive?
think he's sitting out there using his powers to infinitely expand the loom.
That way,
The infinite branches will never fill up because he's infinitely expanding it.
right. That way, the sacred timeline's okay, and all of these variants are going to be okay.
Yeah.
So everybody's okay.
Yeah.
But he can't be a part of anything because he's got to hold it all together.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I think so. Last episode I said I didn't see a spoiler on this. I didn't see a spoiler as far as something that happened on the show and then our article or something, but I did see a Funko Pop.
Oh,
And
he's
then-
holding him. He's holding the branches.
No, he's sitting in a chair with the.
Oh, okay.
So the thing that and the name of the Funko Pop was God Loki.
Okay.
So I'm assuming that's the official title of what he has now become because he did go through some sort of transformation.
So, okay. Well, yeah. I as far as the ending, I really liked it. I mean, I didn't want to lose him, as part of the story, but it was a happy ending. You know what I mean, so to speak, for everybody else.
Well, yeah, I mean, kind of. I mean, he didn't get anything he wanted,
I know,
and now he's just going to be sitting there alone for
eternity.
For eternity.
But there was, but I just want to add something.
Okay.
I am with you. Like, I really like this episode.
Okay.
I really liked him having that well, first of all, just watching him go back and try, like trying to do it as fast as he possibly can, and then he goes and learns it, and it's just, I really like that.
Yeah.
What? And then I really liked the conversation he has with He Who Remains, like when he sat down and had a conversation.
That
with him.
conversation plus the one he had with Morbius, where he went back to the very beginning,
Yes.
where he met Morbius, and then they got real deep, and
Yes.
it kind of shined some more light on Morbius, and the TVA at the time, and Renslayer.
Yeah. Yeah. No, and that's exactly what I was going to say. Like, the deep conversations that you can tell him he was really thinking about what he was saying. And I was just like, man, this is a good episode.
Yeah. So here's the deal about the conversation he was having with He Who Remains. I don't know what they're going to do with Loki, if there was ever supposed to be a season 3. I'm sorry. We know there was supposed to be Kang Dynasty, Avengers: The Kang Dynasty, right? Which would have been a spinoff of this, obviously. I don't know what's going to happen with that. We know they dropped Jonathan Majors, but that doesn't mean they can't bring him back. So
Right.
Everybody's doom and gloom, but that doesn't mean they can't bring him. They brought James Gunn back, right? He was fired for something negative, and they brought him back. So we'll see. However, He Who Remains, Obi, and Morbius, 3 of my favorite characters in probably all of MCU.
Yeah.
And all created in this particular show. So I just feel like it'll be a total waste if they don't find something else to do, either with those characters or with the show, even if, whatever. I know Jonathan Majors is not employed with the company currently, but it's just crazy. It's crazy how good those characters are.
I agree. I don't know. I loved it. I would watch it again.
Yeah, it's just kind of long though.
Yeah.
But now the tail end, they kind of show what happened to everybody except for X5, unless I missed something. He went up there. He got possessed by Selvi and pruned somebody, and then we never saw him again.
Yep.
Now pruning, specifically the person he pruned, which was Renslayer.
Mm-hmm.
They show her at the end.
Oh yeah, I was a little confused about that.
Well, I think she was in the void.
Oh, okay.
So I think she is a So when they I think they explained this in the first season. When you prune somebody,
mm-hmm.
A prune variant, it doesn't kill them. It transfers them to the void.
Oh, okay.
So remember they went to the void and they were out in the open and there was all those Lokis.
Oh yes,
right?
yes.
And then they finally made it to the tower, which is where He Who Remains is. But there was that monster out there that they were running from.
Mm-hmm.
So one or two things: either she saw the monster.
Yep.
She did not look scared though.
No.
Or she saw He Who Remains, which probably would have then turned into like Kang the Conqueror or something.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's known to have that purple aura and around,
Yeah.
and that's what was flashing on her. And we already know that they have a relationship.
Yeah.
He Who Remains and Renslayer.
Mm-hmm.
So it could have been him, all charged up, ready to go. Like, all Loki done pissed me off.
Mm-hmm.
Now we got to go do something.
Yep.
Because at first I thought there was going to be an interaction between Loki and He Who Remains, and maybe Loki swaps with him to take over at the end of time.
Yep.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
But that's not what happened.
Nope.
So that tells me that either there is no end of time now, and He Who Remains is out of a home, I guess.
Yeah.
Or he's still there. So either way it goes, it's like he was never defeated, killed, or replaced. So he's still there.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not only is he still there, but he's still there with Renslayer. So that's what I saw at the end.
Yeah.
Now, and one more thing. I don't know why they always do this in like Easter egg form, but at the end, they made reference to the fact that there's Kangs everywhere now because all the branches are alive and well.
Yep.
But they don't know, but those Kangs don't know about the TVA somehow. Right? That's what they said. There's only one that got rowdy, and they said it was in Earth 616.
Oh, yeah.
And they dealt with him.
Yep.
So I wouldn't really say they dealt with him. That the ants dealt with him, right? He got ate up by the ants or whatever. Stupid movie. But why couldn't they just say Ant-Man?
Just say it.
Just say Ant-Man handled it, or whatever. You could have said it, but you said Earth 616. So that's the MCU. That's the MCU main timeline.
Yeah,
is Earth 6. So you could have said Ant-Man. You could have gave Ant-Man a shout out.
For real,
right? So anyway, how do you feel about the whole? I feel like it started off a little bit slow, but how do you feel about the whole season 2? How does it? Is it better than the first season? How does it rank against some of the other shows?
I don't. Well, I mean, as far as ranking against other shows, it's above other shows to me. I love Loki. I'm trying to think about how I feel about it compared to the first season. The thing is, in the first season, like the first season was really good.
I feel like there wasn't bad episodes in the first season.
No, there wasn't, and it was good, and it was so new, and it was just like, what? This is awesome. What is this?
But I'm not sure if they had an episode that was as good as this last episode.
Exactly. That's the other thing, and plus, like OB, like I just love OB, and if I had to pick a season, like I would want season 2, probably because of OB.
Yeah, I mean,
in this episode.
Well, yeah, we had OB, and then we had more Jonathan Majors.
Right.
So
it's weird. It's like I the first one is so critical though, right? I mean, because you're being introduced to so much stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I guess 2, but I don't.
So it sounds like it's a top 3 for you.
On TV shows or series? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I would just off the top of the dome. I'm definitely gonna put it up in the top 5.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's definitely up there. So if they don't find a way to keep this going, that would be a shame.
Yeah.
regardless if it was in the cards or if it was in the plan or not. It's just like, find a way to keep this going. That's my take on it.
Me too.
I'm not one of these people, like we know some people that's like, oh, this is great. End it now because it's so great. That don't make sense to me.
No.
I'm definitely not down with any of that. Anyway, I don't think we missed anything. We've gone 5 minutes over, but that's okay. I kind of gave the warning in the beginning. Just FYI, just throwing it out there. We finally got this wrapped up. I know we're behind, but Echo starts in a few days. And I think all the episodes might come out on that same day.
Okay.
But what if is also just wrapped up. So we need to do what if. So we will be reviewing those episodes as well.
Yep.
So you got anything else?
I do not.
All right.
That's it for today, guys. Thanks for listening to ANX Quickcast. If you enjoyed the show, please make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you'll be the first to know when we release new episodes. See you next week.
Click these videos, y'all. Click them. Just click them. Just check them out.